I'm here today to join my colleagues in underscoring the critical role of the Water Resources Development Act of 2024 for not only my state, but my district, and convey these specific priorities. I applaud the leadership of this committee, Chairman Graves, Ranking Member Larson, Subcommittee Chairman Rouser, and Ranking Member Napolitano for this opportunity. I'm proud to represent the 7th District of the state of South Carolina, which is about half of the coastline, the northern half of the coastline, and extends westward into the interior, into an area known as the PD. I have submitted several priorities to this committee on behalf of my constituents, and I want to highlight some of those for you today. In the PD region of South Carolina, in the city of Florence, they are taking some necessary steps to address growth and increasing needs of the citizens and community by providing significant water, wastewater, stormwater, and environmental restoration with new industry in the city, a $1.5 billion economic project that was announced just this year, plus growth. Approximately 4,300 residential units will increase the capacity needed for water distribution. Additionally, this will require expansion of wastewater management and a more efficient sanitary sewer collection system. I have requested authorization through the Army Corps' Environmental Infrastructure Program for the City of Florence to help in this effort. Unfortunately, the city residents of Florence face water challenges daily. For example, their drinking water is often red. If you look at their toilets, there are red rings around them. If they wash their clothes, they are brown or stained yellow. I'm grateful for the opportunity to hopefully find solutions to this problem that my constituents face regularly. North of Florence, Mr. Chairman, lies a town on the border of North Carolina called Cheraw, South Carolina, which also faces significant water, wastewater, stormwater, and environmental restoration needs. I have requested authorization through the Army Corps' Environmental Infrastructure Program to enable access to funding for these issues. The town is taking an aggressive approach in updating its water infrastructure to improve that quality, upgrade its critical facilities, and expand capacity to accommodate future growth. In fact, Mr. Chairman, they cannot grow anymore without this expansion. They are at their limit. Cheraw needs to construct a new water treatment plant and a wastewater treatment expansion and implement a stormwater master plan over the next decade. Without construction of a new water treatment plant, they are at risk of losing safe access to reliable drinking water. This request also aids in the efforts to reduce the impact of increased localized flooding while increasing the capacity in existing stormwater and drainage systems. Similarly, in the town next to Cheraw, in Chesterfield, South Carolina, in 2018, Hurricane Florence destroyed a sewer line crossing the Thompson Creek near the Buchanan Bridge, allowing raw sewage to spill into the Thompson Creek. The town of Chesterfield has rented a pump. They have rented a pump through 2023 to pump around the destroyed sewer line, but the town has been trying to get the necessary funding, Mr. Chairman, for a permanent solution since 2018 to replace the temporary sewer line, install a pump station, and attach the sewer line to the bridge. The town has been utilizing the Army Corps' Environmental Infrastructure Authority. The town of Chesterfield could experience significant relief and aid in its ongoing recovery efforts from Hurricane Florence, which occurred over 5 years ago. And lastly, for the committee, I have submitted requests on behalf of our state's ports. The health and prosperity of South Carolina's economy and our people are intricately linked to our state's ports and waterways. In our state, major infrastructure and investment initiatives are managed or spearheaded by the South Carolina Ports Authority, which owns and operates public marine terminals in the Port of Charleston and 2 separate inland ports in Greer, South Carolina, and in my district, Dillon. Over 70% of all cargo exported through the South Carolina ports originates from companies within the state. In a region projected to experience significant population growth, South Carolina is vitally important to the broader economy of the nation. These projects rely on the investments and resources made possible through the Water Resources Development Act. Specifically in this year's bill, I'm advocating for 3 priorities. First, to adjust the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Harbor Maintenance Trust Fund donor port designation requirements to more effectively capture and recognize the scale of the port's impact within the state and region, such as that of the South Carolina Ports Authority, and more specifically, the Port of Charleston. Second, to align the cost share for maintenance of harbors with modernized harbor depths by increasing eligible depths up to 55 feet, as Charleston and other major East Coast ports have invested heavily in deepening their harbors beyond 50 feet to meet both commercial demand and the increasing size of vessels calling on the U.S. ports. Third and lastly, Mr. Chairman, to authorize a feasibility study for the Army Corps of Engineers Charleston District to equalize the Federal Navigation Channel segment of the North Charleston Terminal to 52 feet. I'm proud to submit these priorities to the committee, and I thank you for your time. And with that, I yield back.